Hi guys, welcome back. Today is Sunday. I hope everybody's had a good weekend. We're just going to wait for a few minutes to see if anybody comes in. Today I'm going to cover the case of Vanessa Morales, and she has been missing since 2019. So we're just going to give a few minutes to anybody who's just coming in. Maybe I will start with a short little video and then go from there on. Hopefully people will come in by then. Okay, so let's start with a short little video, and then we'll go in from there. All right?
Now to the search for a missing one-year-old girl. Police are expected to release some new information today in the search for Vanessa Morales. Police found her mom, Christina Marie Holloway, murdered inside their home in Ansonia on Monday. The little girl was nowhere to be found and has been missing now for more than a week. Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Carolina Cruz is following this story for us this morning, and this search effort is now statewide. Yeah, earlier this week, police said they believed Vanessa is somewhere in Connecticut alive. The statewide search for her includes efforts by police, family, friends, even strangers who have passed out flyers with Vanessa's photo. Investigators have followed several leads, including searching a wooded area in Derby, nearby where investigators searched 2 clothing donation bins this week. Tonight, the community is turning to the power of prayer. The First United Methodist Church of Ansonia will host a prayer vigil for Vanessa's safe return. They will meet at Veterans Park near Ansonia City Hall.
I want her family to not despair and not to cave into discouragement, to really rely on their faith.
Another layer to this story is Vanessa's father and Christine's boyfriend. Jose Morales was arrested this week. He is being held on unrelated weapons charges, but we're told that he is cooperating with this investigation. Reporting in the newsroom, I'm Carolina Cruz, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Wow, so that was just a beginning video. So this little girl has been missing, like I said, since 2019. Friday, November 29th of 2019, she was last seen by Christine's family, so her mom's family. And then, so that was the Monday, that was the day after Thanksgiving in the United States. So on December 2nd, Christine and Vanessa were supposed to go to Christine's work, where she worked at a daycare, and she didn't show up to work, nor did she call in sick to work. So they said that's not like her not to show up or to call in. So at 1 o'clock, her co-workers had called the police to do a wellness check on Christine and Vanessa. And now police left the residence as no one had answered the door, and they couldn't see anything suspicious. But unknown to the police that Jose Morales was actually inside the apartment on Myrtle Drive. Now this case is out of Ansonia, Connecticut, so you know. Jose, the father, is from New Haven, Connecticut, and the mother and Vanessa lived in Ansonia, Connecticut. They were together for a few years. However, they did not live together. They had separate addresses. So just to give you that. So by that evening, still no contact was made by Christine. So Christine's family called for a welfare check and the police showed up at the house at 7:30 p.m. They did see something suspicious that caused alarm, so they did force their way into the home, and sadly, once inside, they found Christine's deceased. She had been brutally beaten, and baby Vanessa, however, was not inside the home, which sent everyone into an even other state of panic because Vanessa was always with her mother and she was nowhere to be found, and she wasn't with any other family members, and she had seemingly been taken. A silver alert was immediately issued, and then 2 days later, on December 4th, it was upgraded to an amber alert. So the community came together and they were trying to help find Vanessa. Volunteers and family members were handing out flyers at intersections and posting them up in businesses. People took to social media trying to get Vanessa's picture out there and trying to find her. And people who lived in the area where Vanessa and her mother Christine had lived were switching out their porch light bulbs to red ones to let the person that may have taken Vanessa, that they could bring her to that house and she would be safe. They also said that it's a safe haven law. The police are not interested in pressing charges against anybody that has Vanessa. They just want her home with her family, and so they put the red light bulbs in. Okay, so now Jose Morales has previous domestic violence on another girlfriend from 2012, where he was. It was reported that he had threatened his girlfriend at that time, that he would break every bone in her body. Christine and Jose have been together, I do believe they said, for 4 years. I could be mistaken on that. So when the police were called for the wellness check and the police went in and they found Christine Holloway brutally murdered. She was found in the bathtub. Jose originally said that he was at a friend's house on that weekend that Christine's body was found, but later Jose admitted to being at Holloway's apartment, but said he was in a PCP-induced fog that weekend. Jose said that a group of men had rushed into the apartment and assaulted him and killed Christine. However, police said there were no men in the apartment and backed it up with witnesses, surveillance cameras, and cell phone locations. The apartment that Christine and Vanessa lived at, and where Christine's body was found, tells the horror story of what really happened to her. She had died from, this is Vanessa's mom, Christine, had died from blunt force trauma to the head, and part of her skull was missing. And in her hand was hair from herself and Jose's hair. There was blood splattered on the walls, rug, and in the kitchen. And there was an evidence of an attempted cleanup. So it looks like Jose was trying to clean up the blood and all that. Now, when police were questioning Morales, they noticed that he had abrasions on his knuckles, scratches on both arms, and the right side of his face was red at the time of his arrest. So Christine put up a really good fight, and however didn't survive her attack from her boyfriend. Now, I'm going to play I was just reading something. I'm going to play the press conference video. And let me just get that set up.
Is still working in conjunction with the FBI and Connecticut State Police. We're looking for the public assistance once again.
There, it should be working now.
In addition to searching for Vanessa, we are looking for the following items which are listed on this poster board to my far left. Okay. These are items that Christine Holloway used in taking care of Vanessa, and we have been able to locate them. We're looking for a gray coat, unknown model car seat, base, and possibly there is a teething ring attached to it, a multicolored polka dot child's comforter, and a Bauer First Adventure backpack diaper bag color heather gray. I believe these items may be with Vanessa, or they may have been discarded at some point. If any of the items are located, they should not be touched in a phone call should be made to the Ansonia Police Department, 203-735-1885, or the FBI tip lines, 203-503-5555, or 800-225-5324. Additionally, the FBI is offering a $10,000 reward to any individual who provides information that directly leads to the recovery of the missing child, Vanessa Morales, date of birth, September 7th, 2018. The reward will be given to anyone in the community that has Vanessa in their possession and returns her unharmed, or who has specific information where Vanessa is located that leads to her recovery. That's the update we wanted to bring you folks today. The thing we want to concentrate on is the items that we have not. The investigative process that we were able to determine that Christine used practically every day in caring for Vanessa, and we have not been able to locate it. Whoever may have Vanessa may have one or more of these items with them, and we would hope that someone who may have seen them could help us identify who they have. We're not going to release the evidence that we currently have, other than to say that we can definitively say that Jose Morales was the last person that we can say was with both Christine and Vanessa. Are we still have no indication that we've left the state of Connecticut. I think that's probably the most frustrating part for us. We believe that Vanessa is alive. We have no information to the contrary. Yes, that's what our driving force is. When you see things like that are missing that would be used to care for a child, that gives us the impetus that she is still out there and she's with someone who want to bring her home. What we've been told by the Federal Bureau of Investigation is that $10,000 reward is for anyone who either has her in possession unharmed or can give us information that will lead to her return to her family. But
There's a child somewhere where there wasn't before.
as I've said in most of my press conferences, the circumstances of how Vanessa came into your possession, for lack of a better word, is irrelevant. We need her to be brought home to her family safely.
You have said, I believe, in the past couple of days, you're not interested in prosecuting people in terms of them coming forward with maybe Vanessa if they have them.
We are not interested in starting criminal proceedings. Our main goal and priority is getting Vanessa and returning her to her family. That's what we're doing. At this point, we are following leads, but no substantial leads. We have leads coming in every day. We've had no definitive lead to say that she's here or somewhere. Mr. Morales has spoken with us on several occasions. We're not going to go into the detail as to what he's talking about. That is our work in progress, yes. He has cooperated. We've had several interviews. Yes. He is with the evidence that's been gathered, that we have, and that we've been able to track down, the interviews we've done, he is our primary suspect. Our detective bureau is currently working on that. There's more evidence that we are currently evaluating. We don't want to rush this. We want to have a solid case before we charge anyone. I'm not going to go into detail about the evidence that we have recovered. I got an email before I left this press conference that insinuating something that has been found today. I can tell you that there's been no evidence recovered today that I can find.
What are some of the challenges that go into searching for a child? This situation being 3 weeks tomorrow.
the primary challenge is the child she's somewhat verbal, but she's not going to have a conversation with someone to be able to tell that not necessarily able to bring it home. So she's wholly dependent on someone else. So it's not somewhere where she's left alone and possibly get someone to help. Family on both sides have been very cooperative. They've offered us the pictures. They've given us multiple interviews in our attempt to bring the baby Vanessa home. That is what they are. That's what keeps them going too. Finding baby Vanessa. We are under the premise that she is still alive. We have nothing to contrary. Remains? Oh, I thought you were finding her remains. No, it remains our top. Yeah, absolutely. Again, we've put in the Ansonia Police Department, Federal Bureau of Investigation, State Police, Derby Police, and the other departments that we've dealt with throughout this investigation. It's taken us throughout the different parts of the state. We're grateful for the help. We're grateful for the patience that you've given us here. Again, our biggest focus is finding baby Vanessa. Secondly, is putting together a solid case that we can put into the court system for prosecution down the road. So, although our information is somewhat limited to you on occasion, it's not willful to keep you out of the loop. It's to continue to make sure we have a solid case. Again, most importantly, finding Vanessa. This is why we're here again. Hopefully, these pictures on this side can help us jog someone's memory. They may have seen something they didn't realize it was important or even pertinent to this case at this time, and maybe we can generate some leads this way. So will continue to follow up on every lead, and if we receive more information, more photos that can help us, that we can get out to the public, we'll continue to do that. But our officers, all the departments, all the men and women are working many, many hours each day to continue to follow up on any and every angle possible in this case.
It's safe to say there are other communities where this investigation has gone.
There are other places. It's also places that new tips bring us. Whether or not they bring anything fruitful to the investigation, we don't know that unless we go there. I can say without a doubt that any police department that we've contacted in the state for assistance to make a notification or call us, they've been phenomenal in responding to us and assisting us with this investigation. So we will continue to do that, follow the leads wherever they take us. The community has, you follow social media, everybody follows social media. It's the talk of not just the town, the valley, the surrounding areas. But that's good. We hope that can bring Vanessa back to us and find out where she is at some point. With all this attention, somebody's bound to see her. If she's moved about or brought out in public, I'm sure that there's many people that are keeping their eyes open now. So it's definitely a big thing for the public, and it helps us immensely also. No, that's why, the Amber Alerts and these pictures, and we continue to put things out. I notice around, different places you go, they're posted almost everywhere I've been since the beginning of this investigation, as soon as those flyers come out.
Video that helps solve your ring doorbell video, another video along Derby Avenue and such. Has some that bears some fruit for you.
Video always bears fruit, whether it's pertinent to our case or not. There's so many hours, so many people have video cameras and Ring doorbell systems and Nest cameras that it takes hours and hours to review all this. I won't reveal any details, but video always helps. In almost every case, and especially this one, we've retrieved hundreds of hours of video that all has to be gone through to determine if there's a portion that pertains to this case. The FBI, the tip line, has been receiving those, so they're still running out of their office. I don't have an exact number at this moment, but any tips that they get, they send agents. Also, we send officers from Ansonia to any locations that we may get.
Our officers, every detective, and including our patrol officers, if there's something that needs to be followed up on, they're sent immediately to those locations. I would like to say that we are closer. We don't know the answer to that. We're still putting out information. It only takes one person to see her, one person to say, okay, I realize that this is the baby, and bring them back. So at any moment, it can happen. We are getting further along in the case overall over time, but it's an extension case, a very large case. As I said from the beginning, it's two-pronged. It's one large case, but there's a homicide investigation and missing person investigation that we continue to work on. We're making progress, steady progress. I couldn't give you a percentage, but it's continued to move forward on both ends of this investigation.
Do we know the amount of time?
Yes, as he stated before, it's great show of support for baby Vanessa, and it's good that it's there. But in the event, we're asking anybody, if they're going to turn Vanessa in, bring her directly to a police department, our police department preferably, but anyone will do. Just for the sake of, we want to make sure that if she's returned, we can locate her. The weather is that good. We don't want somebody to think that there's potential to just leave the baby on the porch and walk away, especially with this freezing cold weather. We want her to be exchanged to a person, even if it really boils down to they walk up and give somebody with a red light on that baby and they turn the baby in. That's surely acceptable to us, but we would prefer direct contact with the police department for our purposes.
Do we know?
All right. I don't know if you guys can hear the questions. I can barely hear it. But let's stop the screen there for a second. Now, there we go. Forgot to put my banner up. All right. So now I do have Jose's arrest record. I will show that shortly. But I just wanted to go over, so I did say that Jose had abrasions on his knuckles and scratches on both arms, and the right side of his face was red at the time of his arrest. Now, also, Jose had blood and tissue on his sneakers. The blood has been identified as being Christine's. Also, in his car, they found a garbage bag with blood on it, which also was belonging to Christine. And then on December 5th of 2019, police were called to a Hamden clothing box in nearby Derby, where workers believed they had found blood on a few baby items. There was a bloody towel. There was one pink Croc, size 2 to 3. It was the left shoe, and it had blood on it, belonging to Christine. And the pink Croc, the one that was left behind, was found in Christine and Vanessa's apartment. So that Croc that they found was Vanessa's Croc. So let me get into his arrest warrant. I can either share my screen or I can just read from it. It's probably easier for me just to read. I will show them at the end, just so you know. There is roughly, I think 20 pages. Yeah, it's a 20-page arrest record. So he has been charged. Jose has been in jail since December 2nd of 2019 on an unrelated firearms charge. Apparently, he was on parole and is not allowed to have any weapons of any sort. And apparently, when they did the search at his New Haven home, they found 2 stun guns. So, okay. So it says this is his arrest warrant. And it just says Morales Jose L., which is his middle name is Louis, New Haven, and it gives his address, his date of birth. Count 1 is murder, and let me just blow this up a little louder so I can see it. So it says count 1 murder in the town of Ansonia. Count 2 tampering with physical evidence. Okay, let's go to page 2. Bail is set at $5 million. Wow. Conditions of release are not determined by the court. I don't know if any of this is redacted yet. Okay, so this is an affidavit, the undersigned affidavit, being duly sworn, deposes and says that the undersigned Detective Christine Hunt, being duly sworn, does depose and state that she is a member of the Ansonia Police Department and has been since October 16th of 2003. At all times mentioned herein, she was acting as a member of the said department. The following facts and circumstances stated from personal knowledge and observations, as well as information received from other police officers acting in their official capacity and from official police reports and statements made by prudent and credible witnesses. Okay. So it says that on December 2nd, 2019, at approximately 12:52 p.m., Rosie Clark of Bright Morning Star Daycare LLC called Ansonia Police Department requesting a welfare check on employee Christine Holloway at her residence at 6.5 Myrtle Avenue, Ansonia. Due to Christine's not arriving for work and Clark being unable to contact her that day, Officer Kelly responded to the residence at approximately 12:59 with his body camera activated and approached the residence via the front walkway, which was covered in fresh snow from the same day and showed no signs of footprints at that time. The officers attempted to make contact at the residence but received no answer upon knocking on the front door and window. The interior of the residence was not visible, and the officer observed that the bay-style roll-out window in the rear of the residence on the second floor was slightly open. The officer heard no movement coming from inside the house and had cleared the scene at 1:04. Clark was notified that the officer had not made contact with Christine. On that same day, December 2nd, 2019, at approximately 7:36 p.m., Christine's brother, Stephen, and his girlfriend, Jody, came to Ansonia Police Department and reported the OFC Smith that they had been unable to contact Christine that day and were concerned. They stated that Christine resides at Myrtle Avenue, Ansonia, with her 1-year-old daughter, Vanessa. Jody and Stephen said it was unlike Christine not to call them during the day to check in and not return their calls. Jody stated that Christine is visited on the weekends by her boyfriend, Jose Morales, who is also the father of Vanessa. According to Jody, Morales would typically stay at Christine's residence from Friday afternoon until Monday morning. Jody went to Christine's residence at approximately 3 p.m. on December 2nd to see if she was there, but there was no answer at the door, and the vehicle that Christine drives, which was a Mazda Protege, was not in the street where she normally parks. A Department of Motor Vehicle Records checked that the vehicle revealed that it was no longer registered. Okay, so I guess the plate number was not registered, no longer registered to a Mazda Protege, and is currently registered to a 2017 black Ford Focus. Jody stated she was unaware of Christine owning this vehicle. Jody contacted Christine's mother and sister, and both stated that they have not heard from Christine since the Friday evening of November 29th, 2019. So Jody and Stephen returned to the Christine's apartment at approximately 5 p.m. and were still unable to contact her. Jody and Stephen then went to Jose Morales' residence in New Haven approximately at 6 p.m. Sorry, I'm just going to click that off. Always never fails. So they went to Jose's residence at 6 p.m. on December 2nd. And, sorry, I thought my phone was still on. I lost my spot. Sorry, guys. And questioned Morales as to whether he had seen Christine or Vanessa that day. Jody stated that the Morales told Jody stated that Morales told him that he saw Christine and Vanessa at Christine's residence on Myrtle Avenue that morning at approximately 7 a.m. Excuse me, guys. Sorry. Hello? Oh, come on up. Sorry. Apparently somebody ordered skip and didn't tell me. Okay, so Jody stated that Morales told them that he had saw Christine and Vanessa at Christine's residence that morning at 7 a.m. when Christine was leaving for work. Jody stated that Morales said that he had left the house in his vehicle at the same time Christine and Vanessa left in their vehicle. Morales told Jody that he had also been calling Christine and had been unable to contact her. Okay. And then the officer Smith called Christine's cell phone. The call went directly to voicemail as though the phone was powered off. Smith then called on speakerphone, which was a landline associated with First Avenue, which is Jose's address. Jose Morales at approximately 8:19 p.m., who acknowledged that Christine is his girlfriend and that they have a child together. Morales stated, "I saw her early in the morning to go to work. that's about it. And then she left with the baby because Christine takes the baby to work with her because it's at a daycare center where she works. Smith asked if Christine owned a black Ford Focus or any other vehicles, and Morales replied, not that he knew of. Morales stated that he spoke with Christine approximately 6 or 7 a.m. that day on December 2nd. Okay. Sorry, there's a lot of written. Yeah, I will definitely share these with you. So if you want to screen grab them or whatever, or you can actually just look it up. It's public. So I just wanted to find that spot. All right. All right, hang on a second, guys. Give me 1 second. Oh, yes. The items that were found in nearby Derby at the Hamden clothing box, they found a diaper disposal, infant pillow, a toy radio, and baby clothes, along with all the bloody towels, the pink crock size 2 to 3 that had blood on it, along with now what is missing from the home of Christine and Vanessa was I'm going to show you a picture of it. There was a polka dot blanket, an Eddie Bauer knapsack style of diaper bag, I guess I would say. Oh, maybe it's... they did show it in the press conference, but I will show a picture just so you can see for yourself. So it's an Eddie Bauer knapsack. Oh, now where did it go? Oh, there it is. There it is. Hoping you guys can see that. And there was a Graco car seat with the base, a TV ring, and the exact picture shown as the polka dot blanket. Were not in Vanessa's home, and that is why the police believe that Morales gave her to somebody, and that's also why the police believe that Vanessa is alive, but they do not know where. Stop that. Now, there's been a vigil held for Vanessa. Police are keeping a tight lip about what they have as evidence as well. And there is a $10,000 reward leading to any information that will locate Vanessa or or if anybody wants to bring her forward, so that she could actually be with her family. Now there is talk that she might have been in Mexico. I do not show. I am not sure because Morales is Hispanic. They have her down as being white, but I say she's more Hispanic looking. So when, I don't know if I went over this, but I guess I'll go over it again. I kind of lost my place. Sorry. So yeah, so we did the red light bulb. Yeah. Okay. So basically, the only other, I wanted to show an age enhanced photo of Vanessa because she will be, she just turned 3 or 4 on September 7th. I will show that picture. Just let me find it. So now police have named Jose Morales the prime and suspect in Christine Holloway's murder and in the disappearance of his daughter Vanessa. Let me find. This looks like it. Okay, so this is her. Yeah. Okay, so I'll share my screen. This is an age progressed picture of what Vanessa might look like today. So let me just share that with you. I'm probably not going to. There. I'm hoping you see that. There she is. So this is Vanessa. See if I can bring it in a little bit. There we go. There. Isn't she a little cutie? Anyhow, so that's the age progressed photo that the police have put out. Let's see what else I have. There we go. There's another one of her. Some more. She's a little cutie. She's real cutie. I don't want to see that. That's me. Scary. There's another one that's really cute. All right. So that's all I really have for right now, I guess. Oh, it's one thing. Because of COVID started in 2019, Jose's court dates kept being pushed back, and his lawyer on November 5th of this year, so November 5th of 2021, so Friday, Jose Morales the new he appeared in court on Friday, and where he is currently being represented. He was currently being represented by the firm of Pattis and Smith, but Jose told the judge Peter Brown that he has a new representation, Tara Knight, and so the judge continued the case till November 15th of 2021 to see if Tara Knight files paperwork to represent Jose Morales. So Vanessa is still missing. Her family is desperately searching for her. So if you see her anywhere, please contact Ansonia Police or the FBI, the New Haven hotline is 203-503-5555, or the Ansonia Police Department 203-735-1885 if you have any information regarding Vanessa's whereabouts. I thank you guys for being here with me today. And until the next video, I hope you guys stay safe. Take care. Bye-bye.